You've ignored every signal he sent. Archangel Michael hath been watching, and now, something shocking is about to hit your life. He can stop it, but only if you act right now. Heaven hath been whispering, widely, repeatedly, but you did not hear it. There were moments, flickers in your spirit, sudden stillness in the middle of your laughter, a burning behind your eyes that you couldn't explain, a missed call, the cancelled plan, the strange dream. Each was a signal, an alarm, a divine interruption. You ignored it. And now, heaven is silent, not because it has given up on you, but because it has dispatched someone far more powerful. Archangel Michael. He has not come with gentle whispers. He has come with sword drawn, eyes of fire, and a scroll in his hand that bears your name. The scroll contains everything. The warnings you overlooked, the signs you passed by, the moments you brush off as coincidence. And now something is on its way. A force you cannot see. A blow you didn't prepare for. It is not punishment. It is consequence. But Michael can stop it. Not because you're perfect, but because he's still watching, and you still have time. He stands between the storm and your soul. But you must act. This isn't just about survival. It's about surrender. It's not about escaping pain. It's about aligning with purpose. Heaven is offering you one more signal, and this message is it. Do not scroll past this. This is not a coincidence. This is your lifeline. Archangel Michael does not appear for ordinary warnings. He appears when war is imminent. He appears when destinies hang by threads. He appears when the watchers weep, and the heavens cry out, do they not see it? Michael saw what was being built behind your back. He heard the whispers spoken against you. You witnessed the dark vows made in hidden places. You watched the path unfold, and he stepped forward. For you. You are loved that deeply. But heaven is not moved by casual curiosity. It moves when your spirit answers the call. This is your moment. Your soul knows it. Your bones feel it. The trembling in your chest is not fear. It is awakening. You have one command: act now. Before the storm reaches your name. Before the window closes. Before Michael withdraws his sword. Will you move? Will you rise? Will you choose obedience over delay? Because the heavens are watching, and time is thin. To receive divine instruction and turn the tide, type I am chosen to get the blessing 4127. You may still feel calm now, but do not be fooled. There is movement behind the scenes, in spiritual realms where power you cannot see is shifting. Archangel Michael is not idle. He has been standing guard at your unseen doors. For hours, days, maybe longer, he has watched every decision you made, every step you took, every ignored whisper that brushed past your mind. These were all signs. They were the universe raising a red flag. You passed them by, thinking maybe they were just coincidences. A chill on your skin in the middle of summer. A sudden pause in your thoughts when you tried to pray. A phrase repeated in different dreams. Those were not random. They were holy signals. You were not left without warning. Heaven tried, but did it again. Through the scriptures you forgot to open. Through the people you brayed off. Through the gentle convictions that passed through your heart like morning fog. But you delayed. You stayed distracted. And now Michael has moved forward with his orders. He stands between you and what you don't even see coming yet. His presence is not casual. It is critical. He is nigh come to comfort. He has come to confront the coming storm, but he cannot defend unless you respond. Type I am rising to get the blessing 5862. This is how divine order works. Action activates angels. Heaven partners with movement. When you speak, angels war. When you repent, they are released. When you align, they stand in position. But silence empowers darkness. Passivity is a gate left wide open. And right now, your silence has made room for the enemy to build. Michael stands ready, but your surrender must start the process. Your voice must break the silence that's allowed shadows to grow. You may not know how deep the cracks have gone. You may not see how exposed your spirit has become. But the enemy sees it clearly. He has been planning an attack that doesn't come all at once, but through subtle breakdowns. Mental exhaustion, relationship confusion, spiritual distance, delay after delay after delay. That is the real storm. And Michael has already seen the blueprint of the attack. That's why he's here. To stop it. To shut it down. But only if you act now. Type I am awakened to get blessing 7744. Imagine a wall being built from your faith. Each time you say, Lord, I choose you, Michael places a stone. When you confess, I missed your voice, but I hear it now. Another stone is laid. With every act of faith, the wall grows stronger. But if you ignore this moment again, if you walk away from this call, gaps will remain. And through those gaps, the enemy will come. Slowly, but surely. This is your divine instruction. Rise. Build. To beg. Align. The time for excuses is over. Heaven is not inviting you into comfort. It's calling you into combat. You are not being punished. You are being positioned. You are not being judged. You are being warned. And in that warning is mercy. Mercy dressed in urgency. Mercy dressed in fire. Mercy dressed in Michael's armor. You must not wait any longer. The countdown is not just ticking in time, it's ticking in your spirit. Your peace has already felt the tremors. Your heart has already sensed the danger. This message is not by chance. It was sent to rescue, to reveal, to realign. The heavens are waiting for your response. The angels are listening for your voice. Michael is holding position, but only for a moment longer. Type I am called to receive blessing 6223. The enemy doesn't always come with knives. Sometimes he comes quietly, in the slow distraction, in the gentle pulling away, in the feeling that says, I'll pray tomorrow, where God understands, I'm just tired. That is how the spirit begins to drift, not in a crash, but in a slow fade. Archangel Michael saw this happening to you. You didn't notice how your spirit began to dry, how your prayers lost weight, how your hunger for the word turned into hunger for comfort. He saw it, and he didn't look away. He stood guard, waiting, watching, hoping you would turn. But now, something has changed. The atmosphere around your life has shifted. What was once small resistance is now building pressure. What was once delay is becoming denial. If you feel something pressing against you, like an invisible wall standing between you and your peace, that is not imagination. It's the resistance of darkness rising, trying to claim what was once surrendered to light. But Michael is not standing back. He's not letting you face this alone. Type I am chosen to receive blessing 4981. You must know this. Every delay in your spirit has created a door. Delay opens what obedience would have sealed. That door is where the attack has begun. It doesn't always look like disaster. Sometimes it looks like missed joy, like always being close but never arriving, like feeling tired no matter how much you rest. That's how spiritual warfare works. It doesn't always destroy the drains. It wears down your desire to worship. It dulls your sensitivity. But now, Archangel Michael is ready to fight for your return. He doesn't wait for perfect people. He waits for willing hearts. This moment is your invitation to return. Not just emotionally, not just casually, but spiritually. You were called to carry light. You were made to stand in spiritual authority. But when you stopped answering the signals, your power began to dim. Heaven didn't abandon you, but your silence caused a pause. Now, the call is coming louder. Heaven is ringing again. And this time, you must pick it up. This time, you must say yes. Type I am delivered to receive blessing 7102. Heaven does not shame you. Is not accusing you. The Spirit of God is not here to crush you. It is here to restore you. Michael is not the angel of rejection. He is the angel of rescue. He came for those who have been drifting. He came for those who have lost track of their spiritual place. You haven't fallen too far. You haven't waited too long. The very fact that you are hearing this proves heaven has not given up. This is not judgment. It's mercy in the form of a warning. You must speak up again. You must let your faith rise again. You must take the sword of truth and swing it back against the fear, the doubt, the heaviness. This is the season to say, I will not be quiet. I will not be neutral. I will not stay asleep. There is power when you decide. There is movement when you open your mouth. Michael stands ready, but your obedience is the trigger. Every word you release in faith, heaven answers. If you need healing, speak it. If you need protection, declare it. If you need restoration, demand it with faith. This is your fight. This is your moment. This is your response. The war in the spirit is real. The outcome is not random. It depends on your position. Stand up now. Take your place. You have authority when you act. You have covering when you surrender. You have Michael's sword when you invite him in. You were never supposed to face this storm alone. You were supposed to rise with heaven behind you. To speak boldly, step fully, and let the heavens move. Type I am set apart to receive blessing 8555. As Michael stands at the gates, sword drawn, ready to fight for souls, so must we rise to fight for others. This message may have reached your heart, but imagine the countless others still drifting, still deaf to the signals. Your support doesn't help a platform, it helps open gates for someone else's rescue. Each offering you sowed is like placing another sword in the hands of heaven. The word says, he who refreshes others will himself be refreshed. And right now, that promise is alive over you. I heard the Spirit say, if they feel the call, let them act. So if you feel that tug to help spread this warning across the earth, step into that moment. Whether it's through super thanks, channel membership, or even a PayPal offering, link is in the video description. Your giving becomes a holy spark that pushes light into dark places. Let every seed you sow today carry the fire of urgency, and may God return it with open heavens. Give. Don't delay. Don't hold back. Be the reason someone else finds their signal. The Lord sees what people cannot. He sees the battle inside you, the questions, the confusion, the parts of you that smile in public but break down in silence. He knows how hard it's been to hold on when the ground beneath your life has been shaking. He knows about the prayers you didn't finish, the words you whispered in pain, the dreams you've buried because they hurt too much to hope for again. Archangel Michael has seen these things too. That's why he has come closer. He does not arrive without purpose. He is here for one reason: to rescue what is still under attack. You may not feel strong right now, but the truth is, your spirit is waking up. Something deeper inside you is beginning to move. That's not just emotion. That's divine fire being reignited. That's heaven calling you back to the front lines. You were not made to hide in the shadows. You were made to war in the light. But you cannot win spiritual battles with human strength. You need alignment. You need angels on assignment. You need Michael positioned over your life again, and this happens only when you return to the voice of God. Type I am covered to receive blessing 6331. Do not let fear rule your steps. Fear is a liar. It says you've missed your moment. It says you've gone too far. But the Word of God says, return to me, and I will return to you. That is not a maybe. That is a promise. You can still turn. You can still rise. You can still break what was sent to break you. And Michael will help you. He's not watching from a distance. He's right at the edge of your battle, waiting for your next move. This is not about perfection. It's about permission. Will you give heaven permission to move again in your life? Will you give Michael permission to fight on your behalf? He does not force. He waits. And when your heart says yes, everything begins to shift. The vibe starts to lift. The chains begin to loosen. And suddenly, what once looked impossible becomes possible again. Type I am aligned to receive blessing 8227. Your silence has been heavy, but it can be broken in a second. Speak. Even now. Even if your voice shakes. Say, God, I am ready. Say, Michael, take your position. Heaven is not waiting for the perfect prayer. It is waiting for a real one. Your cry is a weapon. Your surrender is a signal. Your decision is an invitation. Once you move, heaven will move with you. And what was supposed to crush you will now become your testimony. What if the very storm that was meant to destroy you becomes the place where your strength is revealed? What if this shaking is not the end, but the beginning? God never allows storms without reason. Some storms come to break chains. Some come to expose weakness. And some come to awaken sleeping warriors. You are not dying. You are being called. Michael is not weeping. He is waiting. His sword is drawn. His eyes are on you. Your next word determines his next move. This is your hour. Not a later moment. Not a future season. Now, your choice today can shift the entire atmosphere around your life. The spiritual realm is ready. The angels are standing still, waiting for your command to engage. This is how the kingdom works. Your obedience opens the gates of battle and blessing. Do not wait for more signs. This is the final signal before impact. This is not just another word. It is a divine command wrapped in mercy. You ignored signals before, but this one carries power. Heaven is giving you one more chance to reset the order of your life. Speak. Respond. Rise. Type I am rescued to receive blessing 9470. Do not think it's too late. If you are still breathing, God is still moving. Archangel Michael has not walked away. He has not forgotten you. He does not lose sight of the ones God has marked. You have been marked. Even in your disobedience, even in your silence, Heaven never stopped watching you. You are not invisible to God. You are not lost in the crowd. You are not forgotten in the storm. Michael hath been tracing your steps, not to judge, but to rescue. He knows exactly where the enemy is planning to strike. He has already stepped into position to block it, but he waits for your voice. Yes, your voice is that powerful. You may not feel strong, but when your voice aligns with God's will, the earth shakes. Angels respond to spiritual authority. When you surrender, your words carry weight in the heavens. This is not a myth. This is the law of the Spirit. The moment you speak with faith, chains break. The moment you cry out with truth, darkness loses grip. And Michael, God's warrior, moves with divine fire to protect you. Type I am shielded to receive blessing 6104. The reason the battle feels so heavy right now is because your destiny is large. The bigger the purpose, the greater the warfare. You've been feeling the weight not because you're weak, but because you're dangerous to darkness. You carry potential that hell is afraid of. That's why the attacks came when they did. That's why confusion has tried to cloud your mind. But hear this, no matter how much time has passed, you are still in the plan. The enemy cannot rewrite what God already wrote. He can try to delay it, distract you, or discourage you, but he cannot cancel it. That is why Michael is still near. Heaven never calls off its warriors unless the mission is complete. You must know this truth. The presence of Michael means the danger is real, but so is your destiny. He doesn't come where there's no purpose. It doesn't show up for ordinary situations. It comes that heaven has a stake in him, and heaven has a stake in you. Type I am claimed to receive blessing 7942. Stop believing the lie that your past disqualifies you. Stop thinking that because you messed up, heaven has walked away. God doesn't look at you through the lens of shame. He sees you through the blood of Jesus. When you return, the heavens rejoice. When you speak, your angels respond. You have more help than you know. But help must be invited. You must say, Michael, stand guard again. You must say, God, I'm ready to walk back into your plan. That single decision can stop 1,000 attacks. You don't have to fix everything before you speak. You don't need to have perfect faith. You only need honest surrender. God honors what is real. He meets you where you are. Michael does not need perfection to fight for you. He needs permission. Say yes. Even if your yes is weak, God will make it strong. You have felt the shadows lately. The heaviness. The fear that something is going wrong and you can't explain it. That's not your imagination. That's spiritual pressure. That's the enemy sensing that you are getting close to alignment. He wants to stop you before you rise. But it's too late. You're already waking up. You're already seeing the signs. And now that you know, now that your eyes are opening, you must move. Michael is already positioned. He's waiting for your spirit to rise and say, I see now. I hear now. I will not delay. When you do that, you shift the fight. The storm that was meant to destroy you can now be turned away. This is not just about saving your peace. It's about saving your purpose. The Spirit is speaking. The angel is ready. The heavens are alert. Will you answer? Type I am chosen again to receive blessing 8829. There are things happening around you that your eyes cannot see. In the spirit realm, battles rise and fall with every word, every thought, every decision. Some of the heaviness you've been feeling is not from this world. It is spiritual. It is pressure from things that want to keep you quiet, small, and afraid. The enemy knows that if you rise, everything changes. If you break the silence, the darkness loses ground. If you respond, Archangel Michael is released fully to war for your future. This is not just a moment. It's a line being drawn in the spirit. You are standing at a spiritual edge. The wind may not be blowing hard yet, but it will. What you decide now will change what happens next. The enemy is preparing one last push. He wants to use your tiredness, your doubts, and your delays. But heaven is not silent. Michael is holding the line, is keeping back what would have crushed you. But he cannot hold it back forever without your agreement. There must be unity between you and heaven. That unity starts with surrender. Taught by him awakened to receive blessing 5345. This moment is not a coincidence. God set it up. You may have stumbled on this word, but the Spirit says this is your signal. You ignored the earlier ones, but mercy has extended your time. This is not just a word, it's a lifeline. And this time, you must grab it with everything in you. Do not let pride talk you out of obedience. Do not let guilt keep you from the altar. God is not angry at your delay. He is waiting for your decision. Michael was sent because your life still matters in heaven's plan. You may feel average, but your assignment is not. You carry a light that was meant to shine in places where others are afraid to go. Your voice was chosen to speak life into dry places. But if you stay silent, those places stay dead. If you keep hiding, the darkness keeps winning. It is not time to shrink. It is time to shout. It is time to wake up. It is time to move. Type I am moving to receive blessing 6633. You may say, but I've prayed before, and nothing happened. Let me tell you, your last prayer didn't fail. It planted something. Seeds don't sprout in minutes. They grow in silence. And just because you didn't see change doesn't mean God wasn't working. Michael has been moving behind the scenes, blocking attacks, stopping curses, holding back what was meant to knock you down. You've been protected in ways you don't even realize. But now God is calling you higher. He's calling you to trust again. Speak again. Pray again. You don't need a perfect plan. You just need a pure heart. Come honestly. Come boldly. Say, God, I'm tired, but I'm ready. Say, Michael, take your place again. These simple words move heaven. They release power. They stop what was coming against you. Don't wait for more proof. Don't wait until it's too late. Your obedience is the proof God is looking for. Michael fights with divine purpose. He does not waste time or energy. If he is near you, it means the war is serious. But it also means your calling is serious. The greater the angelic activity, the greater the assignment. Don't run from it. Rise into it. You are not too broken. You are not too late. This is your moment to step back into position. Lift your voice. Open your mouth. Align your spirit. Say yes to the call. Let Michael fight for you. Let heaven speak through you. This is your hour of turning. Type I'm realigned to receive blessing 7990. There is a shift taking place, even as you read this. A spiritual turning. What once was hidden is now being revealed. The enemy hoped to keep you in the dark, but light is breaking through. Archangel Michael has stood between you and destruction. He has fought off things that were never meant to reach you. But now, heaven is calling for your response. It's time to stop hiding. It's time to stop delaying. You have a choice to make, and it will change everything. This is more than personal breakthrough. This is about your spiritual position. The enemy fears you not because of who you are today, but because of who you are becoming. He knows that if you say yes to God, if you rise with purpose, chains will fall. Other people will be set free through you. Your obedience is not just about your future. It unlocks blessings for others. That's why the fight hath been so strong. That's why confusion and fear have chased you. Because your rising is dangerous to darkness. Type I am standing up to receive blessing 6878. Michael has not moved for entertainment. He has come for war. But not every war is loud. Some battles are quiet. They happen in the heart. And the decisions no one sees. And the yes whispered in tears. That is where victory begins. The enemy loses the moment you stop agreeing with fear. You don't need to feel powerful to be powerful. You only need to surrender. Michael will do the rest. Sometimes we think we need more time, but delay can become disobedience. God doesn't need your strength. He needs your yes. The longer you wait, the more ground the enemy gains. But when you move, even a little, heaven moves in full strength. Michael doesn't need hours of prayer to be released. One word, one real cry from your heart is enough. Help me, God. That is a sword in the spirit. Type I am covered by fire to receive blessing 7440. Don't be afraid of what is coming. Be afraid of staying the same. Fear is not your master anymore. You've been called to walk in authority. That authority does not come from emotions, it comes from alignment. When you say yes to God, you are not alone. You walk with power behind you. You walk with angels beside you. You walk with purpose in front of you. Michael has seen what's ahead. He knows what the enemy has planned. But he also knows what heaven has promised. If you knew what God was preparing, you wouldn't hesitate another second. The next season of your life could be the most powerful one yet. But it requires a decision now. Not next week. Not next month. Now. Because the window is open, but it won't stay open forever. God has chosen you for this hour. You may not feel ready, but God never calls the ready. He calls the willing, and then He makes the ready. You are being pulled into divine purpose. The signs you ignored before, they were just the beginning. This message is the final one before the shift, and Michael is still waiting, still standing, still holding back what's been sent against you. But he needs your command. He needs your agreement. Do not let another day pass in silence. Let your spirit speak. Let your heart break open before God. Say it now. Say, I surrender. Say, I rise. Say, Michael, go before me. These are not empty words. They are weapons. And when spoken in faith, they break what the enemy built. This is not just about being saved from danger. It's about stepping into destiny. You were not created just to survive, you were created to overcome. Heaven believes in your purpose. Michael is fighting for your calling. Now it's your turn to fight for it too. Type I am victorious to receive blessing 9332. You may not feel strong, but strength is not a feeling. It is a decision. And heaven is waiting for that decision from you. Archangel Michael has not come to inspire you. He has come to defend you. But defense is only activated when you agree with heaven. The war that is rising in your life is not meant to destroy you. It's meant to reveal who you really are. You are not weak. You are not forgotten. You are not unworthy. You are a warrior, called and chosen for this moment. The signs have been all around you. Dreams you couldn't explain. Delays that made no sense. Doors that seemed perfect, suddenly closing. You thought it was bad luck or human error, but it was heaven redirecting you. It was protection in disguise. Michael saw the traps before you walked into them. He saw the setups before they could snap shut. And he moved widely, without your awareness. Because heaven does not need your understanding. It needs your obedience. Type I am chosen for war to receive blessing 6981. You've been wondering why you felt so distant from peace. Why your spirit feels tired. Why no amount of rest brings relief. It's because your spirit is in battle. And battles wear you down when you try to fight them alone. But now is the time to switch from self-reliance to surrender. Your help is not in more effort. It's in more alignment. The Spirit of God is whispering even now. Come closer. Call my name. Let my angel move on your behalf. Michael does not move without heaven's command, and heaven waits on your surrender. Say it out loud. Say it in faith. Even if it feels strange. Even if it's hard. Say, Lord, take control. Say, I align with you. Say, Michael, stand for me. These words break the silence that has given the enemy space to move. When you speak them, light floods in. The weight lifts. The atmosphere shifts. Type I am set to rise to receive blessing 8125. You don't need more time. You need more truth. And the truth is this: you were born for spiritual power. Not fear. Not delay. Not distraction. You were made to speak things into order. You were made to bring heaven to earth through your life. But heaven cannot partner with passivity. It partners with courage. It partners with yes. And every time you choose obedience over comfort, Michael moves closer. This is why the enemy has tried to keep you stuck. If he can't destroy you, he'll distract you. If he can't kill you, he'll confuse you. That confusion is spiritual fog. But light is breaking through now. And once light comes, fog cannot stay. This is not just motivation, it is revelation. You are being shown what the enemy tried to hide. And now that you see it, you cannot ignore it again. You are not too late. You are not too far gone. Even now, the heavens are listening. Even now, Michael is waiting for your command. You've read this far because your spirit knows this is not just another message. This is the final bell before breakthrough. This is heaven's response to your silent cry. You may not have prayed loudly, but God heard you anyway. And he responded by sending his warrior. The next move is yours. Will you stay silent? Or will you speak and change the atmosphere? Will you stay seated in fear? Or will you rise with power? Michael has seen what's coming, and he's ready. But your decision gives him power to act. Choose heaven. Choose obedience. Choose now. Type I am ready now to receive blessing 9099. You are closer than you think. Closer to a breakthrough. Closer to a shift. Closer to a moment that could change everything. The enemy sees it. That is why the pressure has increased. That is why the confusion has grown. But do not be afraid of this pressure. It is not meant to break you. It is revealing what is inside you. Archangel Michael is still standing. Still watching. Still guarding. But now he's waiting on your response. Because only you can open the final door. Heaven has done its part. The warnings came. The signs were given. The angel was released. Now the call is placed into your hands. Will you respond? Will you rise? The heavens are waiting, and Michael is holding his ground for as long as he's allowed. But if you stay silent, the time will run out. The darkness is moving fast, but your obedience moves faster. Your surrender turns battles. One act of faith could destroy 10 months of enemy planning. Type I am stepping in to receive blessing 7,780. You may think, but I've already failed so many times. That does not matter now. The past is not your prison. The future is still open, and heaven is willing to write a new chapter. Michael doesn't stand beside perfect people. He stands beside those who are willing to fight, willing to repent, willing to trust, even when it's hard, especially when it's hard. Heaven honors that. This war is bigger than your emotions. It's bigger than what people say. It's bigger than your circumstances. It is about your soul. It is about your calling. It is about the divine assignment on your life that you have not yet fully stepped into. That is why this is urgent. Because time is running and purpose is waiting. You don't have to know all the steps. Just take the first one. Just open your mouth. Just say, God, I'm ready. Even if you feel afraid. Even if your voice shakes. Type I am fearless to receive blessing 8,322. Do not let this season pass you by. You have been circling the same mountain for too long. Living in cycles. Fighting the same battles. Falling for the same traps. It's time to break the pattern. It's time to create a new rhythm. One built on prayer. One built on obedience. One built on surrender. The world may not notice, but heaven will. And the enemy will panic. Because when you rise, the plans of darkness fall apart. Michael is not here for decoration. He's not a symbol. He is a warrior, sent with orders from God himself. He has held back storms. He has closed gates the enemy tried to open. He has pushed back curses you never saw coming. But his power increases when your faith rises. That's the secret. It's not about shouting. It's about believing. It's about moving when God says move. It's about saying, yes, Lord, I trust you again. This is your command moment. Your deciding hour. Not tomorrow. Now. You've waited long enough. You've stayed silent long enough. The signal has been sent. The call is in your spirit, and the angel is waiting for your release. Speak. Obey. Rise. Type I'm shifting now to receive blessing 9,666. If this message has stirred your spirit, imagine how many others are still waiting to hear it. God's warnings are not just for us, they are for the world. When you support this mission, you are planting a divine seed that multiplies. You are helping to carry heaven's voice to the broken, the silent, and the forgotten. Just as Archangel Michael was sent to fight for you, your giving helps send the word to fight for someone else's soul. I heard the Spirit say, their giving will open gates. That giving can come through super thanks, channel membership, or a PayPal offering found in the video description below. Every gift to the sword placed in heaven's hand, and heaven never forgets a giver. Don't wait. Give now, and let your offering echo into eternity. The battle is real, but so is your victory. You were never meant to stay in the middle of the storm. You were called to rise through it. And now, heaven is watching for your next move. Archangel Michael has not left his post. He still stands, sword drawn, wings ready, and eyes fixed on you. but he will not move until your spirit says yes. This war must be finished, and the only way it ends in your favor is if you partner with heaven. The enemy does not fear your past. He fears your future. He fears what you might become if you fully surrender. He has tried to distract you, delay you, drain you. But every trap he set has been seen by Michael, and heaven has protected you, even in moments you didn't pray. Even in seasons when your voice was silent, God was still covering you because of what he placed inside you. But now, the time of covering is moving into a time of calling. Type I am advancing to receive blessing 8801. You can no longer live as if the signals mean nothing. Every delay in obedience costs more now. The enemy has noticed your silence and taken it as permission to attack. But that ends today. Your silence is over. Your surrender is rising, and your voice is becoming a weapon again. God doesn't need light prayers. He needs real ones. Heaven doesn't wait for perfection. It waits for faith. Even the smallest cry from your heart can trigger a move in the spirit. Michael is holding ground for you, but the moment of decision is here. You must speak what your soul has been feeling. Say it with courage. Saying, God, I break the delay. I say yes now. This opens heaven's next instruction. This puts Michael into full position. The shift begins when you say yes. Type I am in position to receive blessing 7017. There's a reason you felt out of place. You were not built to blend in. You were not made for small, silent living. There is a fire in you that cannot be hidden much longer. You've tried to ignore it. You've tried to be quiet. But the spirit inside you is stronger than your fear. Heaven is calling that fire back to life. And Michael is here to guard the path as you walk into the purpose God wrote for you before you were born. Let go of guilt. Let go of shame. You've been carrying burdens that were never yours to keep. The enemy keeps reminding you of where you fell, but God keeps pointing to where you'll rise. That's the truth. And that truth is setting you free right now. The more you believe it, the more Michael pushes back what was sent to block you. This is the moment where everything can change. Do not wait for another confirmation. This is it. This is the signal. This is the rescue. But the rescue only works if you respond. Your silence is what the enemy wants. Your surrender is what heaven is waiting for. Michael is still here. Not because you deserve it, but because you are chosen. And chosen people do not live in fear. Chosen people rise when the call is clear. This is your clear call. Will you rise? Will you speak? Will you say yes? Type I am chosen to rise to receive blessing 9880. This is no longer just about rescue. This is now about realignment. Heaven is trying to bring your life back into divine order. When things are out of order, blessings are delayed. But when your spirit, your heart, and your choices line up with God's will, doors open. Archangel Michael stands at those doors. He has been keeping the wrong things out and holding the right things back, waiting for you to come into position. This is not punishment. This is protection. But you cannot remain still. The moment has arrived for you to take the step. This is the season where voices are rising and destinies are being restored. You are part of that. Whether you feel ready or not, heaven has chosen you to rise in this hour. That's why the enemy has been loud. That's why fear has been pulling at you. But what the enemy doesn't know is this: your spirit is waking up. Your heart is turning. Your voice is returning. And Michael, heaven's great warrior, is now preparing to go ahead of you, Type I am aligned to receive blessing 8088. There are people connected to your obedience. There are futures tied to your surrender. This isn't just about you. This is about those who will be blessed through your rising. You were meant to be a light. You were meant to carry truth. And the enemy knows that. That's why your journey has been filled with so many trials. Because your influence in the spirit is heavy. But even though you've been knocked down, you were never disqualified. You were only delayed. And now, the delay is ending. Michael's sword is not just for battle, it's for breakthrough. He clears paths. He strikes down barriers. He fights what you cannot see. And every time you obey, his power increases. Your yes is not small. Your surrender sends ripples through the spirit world. When you say, Lord, take over, all of heaven shifts around you. Type I am under grace to receive blessing 7541. Let go of what they said about you. Let go of what you thought you needed to become. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be present. God is not asking for your performance. He is asking for your presence. He wants your heart. He wants your surrender. This is not about proving anything. It's about receiving what was already prepared for you. And right now, Michael is standing at the edge of that blessing, guarding it, protecting it, waiting for your agreement to release it. The warning has been sounded. The final signal is clear. You must choose. You must act. Because delay gives room for darkness, but obedience opens up light. The time is now. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Right now. This moment holds power. What you do with this word determines what happens next. Do not stay stuck. Do not sit in fear. Michael has already fought for you. Now it's time to walk into what he has cleared for you. The space is ready. The season is open. Heaven is leaning in. Your obedience is the key that unlocks what's next. Speak it out. Move forward. Choose surrender. Type I am crossing over to receive blessing 9274. The season you are stepping into is not small. It is not ordinary. It is a season of divine reversal. What was broken will be healed. What was delayed will be delivered. But it begins with your response. Heaven has not asked you to be strong, only to be willing. You do not have to figure it all out. You do not have to fix everything. You just have to say yes. And yes shakes the heavens. That yes activates Michael's next assignment. And when he moves, chains break fast. There have been secret battles in your life. Things you haven't shared with anyone. Worries that hide in your thoughts. Pain that you press down every day. Heaven knows. And Michael has been watching. Every tear you cried in silence was seen. Every question you whispered into the dark was heard. You are not alone in this war. You never were. Even in your silence, God was near. Even in your doubt, Michael was standing over you, blocking what was meant to steal your future. Type I am guarded by heaven to receive blessing 7221. The enemy wanted you numb. He wanted you to stop feeling, to stop believing, to stop caring. Because when your heart goes quiet, your spirit falls asleep. But now, heaven is waking you up again. That stirring in your chest, that is not anxiety, that is the spirit. That is your inner man coming back to life. That is your soul answering heaven's call. This is your turning point. A moment like this doesn't come often. This is your moment to speak back, to push darkness away, to take back your place in the spirit. Michael stands ready to lead you through. But your obedience must come first. Say it now: God, I'm ready. Take control. That is the sound that shakes enemy plans. That is the moment Michael's sword flashes again. Type I am fully surrendered to receive blessing 8644. The shaking you've been feeling was never meant to destroy you. It was meant to reveal your foundation. And now that everything else has been shaken, you can see clearly what stands: God's promise. It didn't fail. It didn't leave. And just waited. And now, it is ready. The path is clear. The warning has been given. The angel is in place. All that's left is your decision. You are stronger than your last mistake. You are greater than your last delay. Heaven doesn't count you out when you fall. It waits for your return. Just like the prodigal son, heaven runs toward you the moment you turn. Michael steps forward the moment you say, I'm done running. You don't need a new identity. You just need to return to your true one. You are not forgotten. You are not unworthy. You are God's. And this storm will not win. You've heard the signal. You've seen the pattern. You know this message is different. You know this is not just a voice. It is a divine interruption. Do not harden your heart. Do not close your ears. This is your window. Heaven is reaching for you again. Will you grab hold? Will you answer? Will you rise? The enemy hopes you hesitate. He hopes you delay again. But your yes is rising. Your faith is forming. Your rescue is near. I am stepping forward to receive blessing 9991. The enemy has tried to speak lies over your life. Lies that say you are too late, too broken, too far from God. Lies that say nothing will change. But heaven is speaking louder now. God says you are still chosen. God says you are still loved. God says your story is not finished. And Archangel Michael has been standing, waiting for this moment of truth to be received. The battle is not over because the decision is still yours. What happens next depends on your yes. The war you're in is not just about now. It's about what's ahead. The enemy sees what's coming. He sees your future and fears it. That's why he's been attacking so hard. That's why delay hath been constant. But even when you didn't notice it, Michael has been pushing back the darkness. He sowed the traps. He stood in the fire. He held back what could have taken you out. And now he's ready to take the next step, but not without your voice. I am restored to receive blessing 8717. You have something powerful inside you. A calling. A purpose. A spiritual weapon. The enemy wants you to forget that. He wants you to believe you're ordinary. But you are not. You are marked by God. You are called to stand in dark places and release light. You are chosen to break curses, shift atmospheres, and open doors through your obedience. The pain you've walked through wasn't for nothing. It was preparation. And now that preparation is about to become a platform. Heaven is not begging for your help. It is inviting you into your own breakthrough. God is not demanding your perfection. He is calling for your participation. The moment you move in faith, the gates swing open, and Michael charges forward on your behalf. That's how close your shift is. That's how near your breakthrough stands. You don't need to understand everything. You just need to trust and obey. I am trusting heaven to receive blessing 7904. There is a roar coming from heaven. A sound of victory that is waiting to be released through your mouth. Do not let fear hold your voice. Do not let failure keep you quiet. Rise and speak. You've been quiet long enough. Your silence has allowed the enemy to speak lies. But now is your time to break that silence with truth. Declare, God is still with me. I will rise. I will obey. I will walk in my purpose. You are the one the enemy didn't expect to recover. He thought you'd stay down. But what he didn't see coming was your surrender. And in that surrender is your strength. Michael sees it. Evan sees it. And they are responding. Right now, things are shifting. Right now, the spirit realm is moving. Because you are choosing obedience over fear. You are choosing faith over delay. You are choosing heaven over self. What was once broken will now be rebuilt. What was once lost will now be found. What was once blocked will now be opened. All because you are answering the final signal. This signal wasn't just a warning. It was an invitation. An invitation to step into divine flow. An invitation to walk into what was always meant to be yours. Don't look back. Don't hesitate. You are on holy ground. Michael is ready. Heaven is watching. Now it's your turn. Type I am walking through to receive blessing 9182. Now, everything is clear. The signs you once ignored have become a voice. The message has reached your spirit. And Archangel Michael is still standing. Still holding back what could destroy. Still waiting for your final response. Heaven is not far. God is not silent. The door is still open, but only for a moment longer. This is your crossing point. You can no longer live in between. In between surrender and delay. In between obedience and fear. This is the time to step all the way in. The war was never meant to stop you. It was meant to shake you. You've been called through fire to become stronger. And Michael has been there the entire time, watching, guarding, fighting for your future. You not forget what you felt through this message. You not let the fire go cold. You are not walking away from a video. You are walking into a decision. A moment. A final chance. This isn't just a warning. It's a rescue. It's a shift in your destiny. This is heaven's last trumpet call for this season of your life. The enemy will try one more time. He'll try to send distraction. He'll try to make you delay again. But now you know the truth. You've seen the pattern. You've heard the voice. The last signal has been given, and it has reached your heart. Now you must rise. Not for applause, not for people, but for your purpose, for your calling, for your future. Because the heavens are watching, and Michael is waiting. Will you move? Will you choose heaven? Will you become the person you were created to be? You were never forgotten. You were always chosen. This is your moment. Type I'm sealed by heaven to receive blessing 7777. As we close this powerful message, I speak directly to your spirit. This word is not just for you. It's a sword meant to reach others still lost in silence. The mission does not stop here. Every share, every seed, every support helps send this warning deeper into the world. The harvest is ready, but the voices must be sent. God said, my word will not return void. And your support helps that word fly like arrows into dark places. Whether it's a super thanks, a YouTube membership, or a direct PayPal offering, link is in the description below. What you give is not a donation. It is a declaration. It says, I will not let this fire die here. To everyone who gives, I speak a holy blessing. May your giving echo in heaven, and may your obedience release divine protection, provision, and purpose over your life. This is your moment to act, to port boldly, give faithfully, move prophetically.